Hey there, fifth grade. We are finally on one of the most exciting chapters, volcanoes. So, what is a volcano? Basically, it's a opening through Earth's crust, and it's kind of where the magma and Earth's mantle kind of seeps through. So, let's get into it a little bit. Plate tectonics are still really important when we talk about volcanoes. Basically, when there are very active plates and they're crashing together, that can cause a volcano. And the most volcanoes and earthquakes are in this area labeled in red. This is called a ring of fire. And if you can see, it's along South America and right by California, Washington, Oregon, and Alaska. So these are very active and very important places. And these occur when the two plates crash together and one of them subducts, which means it goes underneath the other one. And when they subduct, there's a lot of grinding between the two plates. And that causes the rock to melt, which makes magma. Gradually, that magma rises to the top into those mountains that are created, and it creates a volcano. And there are little chambers where the magma pools up together. And there's also laccoliths, which are kind of like secondary chambers. And these chambers create a vent that goes all the way into the top of the volcano. When the magma is underground, it is called magma, but once it touches oxygen, it's called lava. So when the lava is out of the volcano, that's where it's lava. There's usually a crater where the lava or that vent kind of goes through. And when the crater collapses into itself, it's called a caldera. Now, there are three types of volcanoes. The first type is a shield, which are they're not as dangerous as the ones that we think of. They have low viscosity, which means that the lava runs really fast and it's really hot. There's not very much ash or rock that goes with these type of volcanoes, and they usually have yearly eruptions or are constantly erupting. This is the type of lava that would come out of a shield volcano. Now, the most common shield volcano that we think of is Hawaii, but there are also some interesting ones like the Galapagos Islands, which is this is a really cool picture of that erupting. And this picture shows the shape, which is it's kind of just like a hill, like a bump in the ground. A not very common volcano is the cinder cone. These are made out of pyroclastic materials, which are rocks and ash and dirt and different things like that. And these volcanoes have a nice cone shape, they have a crater, and when they blow up, they mainly blow up rock and ash. They don't really have very much lava to them. They have a little lava fountain, but that's about it. Now, when you think of volcanoes, you always think of composite or stratovolcanoes, the ones that explode and they're huge. Well, these ones kind of have the cone shape too. They have a crater right on the top, and they have secondary vents, which means that the magma chamber doesn't just go out of one area, they could explode out of different areas. The lava flow usually has a huge explosion because of this pyroclastic material that gets held up. So basically, think of like a big rock, a big pile of rocks, and they just burst all together, and a lot of ash and lava and everything kind of goes out of it. And these create volcanic bombs. And that lava that comes out is very has very high viscosity, so it doesn't go very fast. It has a lot of ash in it, and it's not very hot. Um, so think of it kind of like syrup flowing down. Now, when the ash explodes, it's kind of like a huge cloud, and it can cover up the sun, it could cause the earth to get colder, and it could cause a lot of different problems in our ecosystem. And lahars can also be an occurrence of these, which are basically mudslides made out of lava. Here's an explosion. You can see the pyroclastic materials going down and then the lava flowing. Here are two different examples of the different lava types. This is called pahoehoe lava, which is hot and it flows really quickly. And this is called AA, or AA lava, and this has a lot of rock or pyro or a lot of materials into it. And here's an example of the different viscosities. So when you think of it flowing really fast, that's a shield volcano, where this would be more of a stratovolcano.